Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing a review on the Title Boxing double end smash bag. So check it out. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here. Today I'm doing a review on the Title Boxing double end smash bag. This retails for $44.99 on Title's website. You can get it in 3 different sizes, 7, 9, or 11 inches. I opted to get mine in 9 inches, which is actually printed on the leather on the upper portion right here. The exterior of the bag is made of full genuine leather, including the leather straps on the top and the bottom. You do have these metal rivets that attach to the bag. You also have a lace-up system right here, a lace closure on the top, which is where I believe they use to actually insert the foam into the bag. Now, the biggest key difference between this and a traditional double end bag is this utilizes open cell foam on the inside of the bag that is medium to soft in density, where a traditional double end bag, oftentimes they use a rubber or a latex bladder that requires for you to inflate it. So the big advantage with this is the fact that you do not have to inflate this bag. The other thing is it definitely has more weight to it, right? This thing weighs about 3 pounds. So compared, 3 to 4 pounds, so compared to a bladder double end bag of any brand, it's definitely heavier, and you can definitely feel it when you're punching this bag compared to a bladder filled bag that feels a little bit more tight and crisp and a little more snappier when you're hitting it. This definitely has a little bit more momentum behind it and requires for you to punch this bag harder and more accurate, because if you don't hit it spot on, it starts to kind of go all over the place and you kind of have to regain your balance with this bag. This bag is also loosely based on their Mammoth Smash bag, which is now sadly discontinued. It was one of my favorite bags and a lot of people love that bag, but this is basically like the smaller cousin of the Mammoth Smash bag in terms of kind of like the design behind it with the foam on the inside of the bag. So let me go ahead and disconnect it so you guys can see it up close and in person a little bit. So starting off, you do have the top strap there, and I would definitely say that this is more on the larger side when it comes to a double end bag. So I'll just put it next to me and you guys can kind of visualize. I'm 5'8", regular size, normal size person, but it's definitely not a compact double end bag. There's some of those other bags that are really small, more compact. 9 inches in diameter to me is a really good size to work on really everything. Very versatile, right? You can use it for combinations, your timing, some speed. If you want something that's snappier, that's a little bit more of a smaller target and a little harder to hit, go with the 7-inch diameter bag. If you want something that's larger, maybe you're using other strikes like kicks, knees, and other types of strikes outside of your traditional punches, then maybe the 11-inch bag would be better suited for you. But do keep in mind, the larger you go, the heavier it's going to be, and it's definitely going to carry more momentum. The good thing is that because it's heavier and does have some weight to it, is that when it swings, you can really work on your head movement and your defense, right? I think that's probably the biggest difference between this bag and some of the other double end bags that are much quicker and snappier, is that you can't really get your combinations off as fast as some of the other double end bags, but because it's a little bit slower and a little bit more erratic, it really forces you to, like, say you throw your jab and you want to throw your 1-2 and like a 1-2 hook, it really forces you to adjust your timing. Where if you ever use a regular double end bag, and I know you guys can identify with me on this, once you start getting into a rhythm with a standard double end bag, no matter how fast you're going, you already kind of know where the bag's going to be just by feel. So you'll be like boom, 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 and you just keep going, and you can get really fast combinations. With this bag, I feel like it's a little bit more temperamental, and you can't just get off your combinations as fast as you want because it's a little bit more erratic and it's harder to time. So let me go ahead and reattach this bag and kind of give you guys an idea of the movement and why I enjoy using it. It's a really good supplemental bag. You know, to me, it doesn't replace a traditional double end bag. I still use regular double end bags. This is just a really good supplement. So maybe you've been training for the last couple of months on a regular double end bag. You're like, you know what, I want to change things up. I want to switch things up. This bag is a good switch up. You know what I'm saying? It kind of gets you away from doing the same monotonous kind of workouts with a double end bag, and introduces one that's has more weight to it. It's a little bit heavier, and it forces you to adjust your timing a little bit more, which is good in boxing. You want to be able to adapt to what's in front of you. So you can see just from hitting it, it definitely carries more weight, and I have to exert more energy to get the bag to move because of the weight behind it. And you can see that the way it rebounds back and forth, it has more weight and it doesn't swing as fast. Even obviously, it depends also on how tight you make your bungee cords. Like I have a rubber bungee up top, and then I have this Pro Grip ratcheting one down here. So that factors into it as well, but it's never gonna be, in my opinion, as snappy as a bladder double end bag. This is always gonna have more weight, no matter how tight you make your bungee cords. And to me, this is really just kind of like the perfect tightness you want it, right? You want to be able to, you want it to hit you and be able to move. And it feels good. That's the other thing. You can use this barehanded like I am now because of how soft this is. It does have some welted seams in between, but I mean, everything on here is pretty soft touch to the feel. It doesn't feel like you're hitting a brick wall. So if you're to use these bare hand with a pair of bag mitts, a pair of boxing gloves, you could do so. The best gloves I like to use with these is I have a pair of my Barrick bag mitts, and I love the way it feels on this because I just get much more of a connected feel with my bag mitts, but it's completely up to you. But you can again see how it rebounds. Very soft to roll your shots, slip, slip, work on pulling, roll, slip, roll, you know, get underneath it. You can work some quicker combinations. Keep in mind that because it's not as snappy, if you do hit it with more power behind your combinations, you really have to get your timing down. Otherwise, you can get off course. I'm trying to hit it to where I don't hit it perfectly on and it kind of goes haywire, but it's not wanting to do that right now. But overall, man, very satisfied with this. I think I've had this bag for half a year now, I think. Maybe a little bit less than that, but I've had it for a while, and I use it anytime I train here in my garage, my home gym, if you want to call it. And it's been a great supplement. I love using it. Has more weight. I get a good workout, get a good sweat on, and it's a good change of pace bag to have in your gym. And at $44.99, at 45 bucks, it's relatively inexpensive for what it is. Again, the big advantage is you don't have to worry about inflating it. So if you're sick and tired of inflating blown bladders, this might be the bag for you. So if you guys have any questions or comments, you guys know what to do. Put them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find this Title Boxing double end smash bag. I'll see you guys later. I'm out.